Apparently, merong hindi pagkakaunawaan sa gitna ni Congressman Dante Marcoleta at ni Mayor Benjamin Magalong. Yon, mga kotsero, nangganap. Siyempre, magbibigay po kayo muna tayo sa mga kaibigan natin sa Sendwave. Kung kayo po ay nasa US, UK, Canada, Italy, France, Spain, Ireland, and Belgium, ay pwede na po magpadala sa Pilipinas nang wala pong remittance fees sa pamamagitan ni Sendwave. Ang gagawin nyo lang, mga kotsero, na i-download ang Sendwave app. Gumawa po kayo ng account at i-register yung bank account details at pwede na po kayo magpadala sa GCash, cash pickup sa mga iba't ibang pawn shops at of course, bank transfer sa iba't ibang mga bangko sa Pilipinas. At kapag ginamit nyo pa po ang promo code na Coach Jarret, ay pwede pa po kayong makakuha ng additional $20 na libreng credit. Gamitin na po si Sendwave, mga kotsero, for all of your remittance needs. Ayan. Magalong challenges lawmakers on pension. Ayun, yun yung ganap. Sabi ni Benjamin Magalong, as active and retired military and uniformed personnel may be made to contribute part of their income to help stave off a possible fiscal collapse, lawmakers should do their share by shunning corrupt practices like getting kickbacks from government projects. Uy, grabe, may akusasyon agad sa lawmaker. According to Baguio City Mayor and retired Police General Benjamin Magalong. Sabi, I had a chance to talk to several contractors. I asked them, assuming that I will take cuts from infrastructure projects, how much will it be? And they said about 10% to 15% or 20% to 25%, depending on the decision of the mayors or the lawmakers. Grabe. So, apparently, mga kotsero, meron daw siyang pagkakataon na nakausap daw niya iba't ibang kontraktor. Tapos, nagtanong siya kung kikickback ako. Parang yung tanong Hypothetical hypothetical. Kung kikickback ako, according to sa interview, magkano ang makukuha ko? May mga nagsabi 10 to 15%, may iba naman 20 to 25%. Depende sa desisyon daw ng mayor o ng congressman. So ayun, mga kotsero, no? Some congressmen have several projects en road but the bidding was rigged. Yun. Ibig sabihin, meron silang pinapaboran na contractor. Sabi niya, bilang retiree daw, willing naman daw sila to contribute a reasonable percentage of our pension to the national government, but nothing we heard from our legislators that are willing to give up their pork barrel. Ayan, issue na naman ang pork barrel ito, mga kotsero. Ang sabi, we in the uniformed service are willing to give up a small amount of our pension just to help the national government, just to address this huge deficit, just to address this big national debt. Let's wait to see what our brave legislators have to say. Hopefully, one of them will come out in the open. It's about time that legislators should also give a big contribution to address national government issues, especially on our financial debts. So medyo dito sa sinabi ni Magalong, binabakbakan talaga niya yung mga congressmen. At meron pa siyang interview 6 days ago sa sa Politico.
Hindi ko alam sa kanya kung bakit siya pumipiyok. Siguro nasaktan siya dahil hindi nakaporma yung kanyang kandidato para doon sa Beneco. Nagtutulak doon. Siya rin ang nag-demand kasi na tanggalin yung general manager doon na sinuportahan namin bilang MCU. At alam mo, yung intelligence fund namin, ang intelligence fund ng confidential fund ng mayor, hindi ko po hinahawakan. Ang confidential po ng mayor is nasa peace and order po yan at nasa managed administration po yan ng Philippine National Police, ng aking city director, Baguio City. Hindi ko po hinahawakan yan. Yung sugal ho, totoo naman. Ito naman na may sugal, pasugalan sa Baguio. Pero wala po kaming tinatanggap diyan. At talaga hong pinagsasabihan ko yung ating Philippine National Police. Sila naman ho talaga merong authority diyan para mag-operate laban. Kaya hindi ho pasugalan yan ni Magalo. At sa Marcoleta, hindi ko naman ho sinasabi na lahat kayo sa Congress baluktot. Pero ang nagtataka lang ako sa inyo, wag ko kayo makialam sa Baguio.
Yun, no? Kasi
hindi nyo po lugar yung Baguio. Meron ho kayong dapat pakialaman.
Distrito. Oo, yung kanyang distrito.
Pinakamaganda, pakialaman nyo ho yung inyong distrito at pakialaman nyo siguro yung korupsyon na nangyayari dyan.
Yun. Ngayon, hindi ko alam kung bakit paano napasok si Cong Marcoleta. If I'm not mistaken, may napanood akong video niya na sumasagot siya dun sa issue na to kay Mayor Magalong. So dito sa sinabi ni Mayor Magalong na tungkol diyan sa sa pasugalan sa Baguio. Sumagot si Cong Marcoleta diyan kanina. Sabi pa niya, wag niyong pakialaman ang Baguio. Ayaw mo palang pakialaman ang Baguio, ba't pinapakialaman mo legislature? Did he forget that Congress, aside from legislative, meron po tayong dalawang natitira pang functions. This is the power to conduct inquiry in aid of legislation, as well as oversight function of Congress. Kaya po kaya po natin silang ipatawag. Wag po niyang sabihin na huwag pakialaman ang Baguio dahil hindi naman sa kanya ang Baguio. Pero mga kotsero, isa pa pong sinagot niya is yung sa MUP. Rep. Marcoleta slams Magalong for pointing an accusing finger at legislators. Okay, so kasi kung titingnan nyo nga naman yung komento niya, mga kotsero dito, sa pension, parang ang binabakbakan niya talaga yung mga kongresista. It's quite obvious. And you know, it doesn't take a genius. Hindi mo na kailangan ng common sense para figure out yan. Pasensya na natin, 14 minutes. Medyo mahaba lang. Pero binuo ko talaga siya para buo yung konteksto nung ano.
What is the nature of the matter on which the Honorable Marcoleta rises?
I wish to formally react to the speech of the good mayor of the city of Baguio, Benjamin Magalong.
The Speaker, the Honorable Marcoleta has 10 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Bible says, do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. On July 3, 2023, the City Mayor of Baguio spoke before the personnel of the Philippine National Police at its headquarters in Quezon City in its flag-raising ceremony. Initially, Madam Speaker, he spoke about technology and governance, how local governments can enhance the way they govern, the way they process, the way they manage local government units. Surprisingly, he discarded, as he said, his prepared speech, and he allegedly talked from his heart and from his mind.
Ito yun noong July 8.
He talked about the mounting national budget of the country. He said about 13.86 trillion pesos, taking swipe at the former President Rodrigo Duterte, saying that in his term, the national budget rose to 142%. And he said, he is very much worried. He said that only a few raise hell. And at that point, he said that he himself and some of his colleagues in the PNP are prepared to contribute reasonable part of their pension to address the national budget. But suddenly, he turned and point an accusing finger to the legislature.
Ayun na nga.
Mabuti po, Madam Speaker, basahin ko po yung parte ng kanyang sinabi. Ito po, and I quote, pero nakakalungkot, nothing have we heard from our legislators that they are willing to give up their pork barrels. Nakakalungkot na meron na nga silang, may porsyento na nga sila pa ang contractor, sila pa rin ang supplier. Hintayin natin kung anong sasabihin ng ating mga magigiting na legislators. Hintayin natin silang magsalita. Hopefully, one of them will come out in the open and tell us it is about time that legislators should also give a big contribution to address a national government issue, especially on our national debt. Big words, Madam Speaker. It is as if the good mayor of Baguio would like to portray himself as the knight in shining armor, armed with a silver bullet to address corruption in this country. I'd like to believe that he is trying to project himself as the Hercules of Greece in mythology, who has tried to cleanse the Augean stables, the modern reference of graft and corruption, Madam Speaker. And so this representation initially reacted in his program several days ago. Armed with the annual audit report of COA ending December 31, 2022, this representation pointed out that 347 development projects prioritized by the city of Baguio were never implemented. They are worth 943 million pesos,
Agoy.
Madam Speaker.
Agla.
So the intended purpose, the intended socio-economic and environmental services to the targeted beneficiaries were not delivered. A portion of that audit report, Madam Speaker, also showed that 40 of the ongoing partially implemented projects were terminated because they incurred substantial negative slippage. 26 of them, valued 40 million pesos, incurred negative 15%.
Wala.
What does this mean, Madam Speaker?
Nangyari doon sa project.
This means that there is no actual monitoring and supervision of the projects.
Right.
The COA said the required detailed engineering activities were never undertaken. The total of those 40 ongoing projects is 96 million pesos, Madam Speaker.
Kaya hindi nabantayan yun.
The funds received from DPWH intended to construct a multipurpose building and the athletic oval bowl in Burhan Park, Madam Speaker, were used to pay the progress billing of a separate city project
Uy,
in violation of the
Bawal yun.
project's memorandum of agreement and in violation of the GAA of
GAA.
2021.
bawal yun. Mag-reallocate.
That's diversion, Madam Speaker.
Patay.